What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Savon. 2 SEVON on all social media platforms, and you're tuned into I'll Grab the Wine. I'll Grab the Wine is a show for the girls and the gals who sometimes need a little wine to say what's on their mind. Here's what it looks like when you celebrate and empower the experience of Black womanhood. Duplicated but never replicated. This is I'll Grab the Wine. Before we get to sipping, make sure you click that subscribe button, okay? Make sure you thumbs up the content. That let me know that y'all like what I got going on over here, okay? Be sure to download this episode today from all my streaming platforms. Thank you so much for being here. And be sure to leave a review for the podcast as well, all right? Okay. Now then, did you ever think about a moment when somebody did something so treacherous towards you? And you knew in that moment that you would never be the same. Like you knew this person had done something that damn near just altered your entire DNA. And what they did in those moments has forever changed you and who you are. And not for the better, but for the worse. If you know what I'm talking about, then that's your villain origin story, okay? And if you thought this was going to be about where I became the villain, I want y'all to know that I've been the villain for a long time. I am actually a menace out here in these streets. And I really didn't know that I was menacing these men until I spun the block on a few of my old flames. And they told me some of the things that I said to them. And I was like, oh, why would you let me slide? So, this episode is called Villain Origin Story. And I hope you all enjoy these stories as much as I did when I heard them, but I hope it's not as painful as it was to those men. So let's get into it. Hi, Bookie. Real quick, I hope you're enjoying the show. I just wanted to tell you about this awesome organization called For the Girls Social. For the Girls is a social club in the DFW committed to Black women who commit to everyone but themselves. They aim to provide leisure for women who have to pencil in every detail of their life. I am so proud to be part of this community that supports Black women. Our goal is to experience, empower, and entertain, but in Black. To learn more about this organization, please visit www.forthegirlssocial.com. Now back to the show. All right, you guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm built different. I know a lot of people, or a lot of women, a lot of people in general, they'll be like, oh no, I'm built different, blah, blah, blah. No. I feel like I'm a piece of work. I'm a piece of art, but definitely a piece of work. I deal in the realm of reality. I am really a realist. I take what's in front of me and I go from there. Will I do this all the time when I'm head over heels in love? No. But when it comes to business, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to everything, I want to say everything except for when I'm in love, I deal in reality. I'm a realist. And sometimes what I think is direct comes off as very rude. Sometimes it comes off as sharp. And I don't mean to be sharp. It's just as somebody who just they're in this realm of reality and they're in tunnel vision. Sometimes I don't know how to decorate. Sometimes I don't know how to euphemize, I guess. Euphemize the word? I think it's euphemize. Mm-hmm. Anyways, sometimes it's just difficult for me to, be soft. I just shoot it straight from the hip. And honestly, I can say that I take that into first dating. If I'm first starting to talk to a man, I'm not trying to, you cannot what you doing me all day, because then I'll stop texting you. Like, and then another thing, like, you can't just be texting me, because I'm going to tell you I don't like you texting me and call me on the phone. And if you don't call me on the phone, then I'm not going to call you on the phone. And if you don't call me on the phone, then we just not talking, and now you can't get to know me. And like, I'm direct in that way. And I don't know if that like serves me or anything, but like, it's who I am. And at least I know it. So like I said, I hate small talk. I'm very direct. And when people tell me stories, like even my friends, like when my friends tell me stories, I'll listen and I'll be there for them or whatever. But like, I'm just like, okay, so what is a like feasible solution? Like, what can you do right now to help you out? Especially when my friends come to me with business problems. It's like, okay, do you want me to give you some actionable items? Or do you want me to be here and listen? Because I can do either. And I think that's another thing. Like, off the rip, you wouldn't get that from me because I'm so direct, but I'm very much a person that loves to be a shoulder. Like, I'm very supportive. So it's just like, if you just want somebody to listen, I can do that. But if you need some actionable items, baby, I can do that one. Actionable? Yeah, let's make this practical. What's that one? Like, that's who I am. And so, all these things about me that if you've encountered me, you probably know. But if you haven't encountered me, like, this is just, you know, a synopsis of what I am and what I bring to the table. But this isn't new. And I'll be honest with y'all, like, this part of my personality, I just didn't come into this. Like, I've been like this so much so that my very first boyfriend, and we'll call him Donnell for this episode, my first boyfriend, Donnell, in the sixth grade, middle school, knows for a fact that I've been this direct, straight to the point. So I'll be honest, Donnell was the best boyfriend that I ever had, you guys. He was so good to me. Like, yes, it was sixth grade, but he was so good to me. I loved it, man, down. It was so sweet. Like, anything that I wanted, he was right there. He would call me on the phone before school, good morning, after school, in the evening, like right before bed, this and that. And I'm about to date myself. This was before there was like text messaging, or like before kids could be texting. Like, my mom and they had texting on their phone, but like we couldn't text on our phone. Like, I don't even think I had a phone at this time. Yeah, no, like I was still on a house phone type stuff. So he's calling me on a house phone. This man loves me. Yeah, so he was the best boyfriend that I had. And to this day, I think he can still take that title to this day, because he was like, at the end of the day, we were just kids. Me and this man that never even kissed at this point, like in middle school. And so, like, for him to have done all of those things, he was just amazing. So we talked recently, because like I said, like, that was middle school, and we transitioned out of being boyfriend and girlfriend just because like it wasn't for us. He was a really sweet person, but again, I know who I am. And yeah, I just didn't think that would work out. So we just became best friends, and we've been best friends over the years, and I absolutely positively love this man down. But I was like, we were talking recently because we had disconnected for a while, and he was like, we were talking about old times, and he was like, you're like, I was talking about how my son was a menace. That's what it was. I was talking about how my son was a menace. And he was like, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I was like, what are you talking about right now? He was like, see, that's how he's talking about. You don't even remember what you did to me when we was together. I was like, what was I doing to you? So apparently, from this man's mouth, I called him on the phone. No, I told him in the hallway. I told him on the hallway that tonight when he called me to sing for me, pick a song and sing for me. Baby, this man cannot sing. He can carry a tune in a bucket. Hell, he could barely put the right foot in front of the other at that point. And I told This man, like, that's not even his thing in life. And I said, sing a song for me tonight. Are we breaking up? And honestly, I don't even remember that, but baby, he said that I told him that. And I guess he sang the song. And we stayed together per him. But I was just like, why would I even say that? Like, I mean, that sounds like me, to be honest. But, like, why would I say that? And then, like I said, we were really good. Like, we worked well as friends. And now this story I do remember. The next one. I just kind of felt like we worked better as friends. And so I put it in my mind, in my little 6th grade mind, that I needed to break up with this man. And so I called him on the phone. And I remember this. I remember where I was sitting and everything, which is so crazy. I remember exactly. Like, back then, like now, I was really into horoscopes. And so I looked up our compatibility. I remember doing this. And back then we had like a computer room. Like, because we didn't have computer in our hands back then. Like, we didn't have this right here. Like, you had to go on the big ass desktop thing and I remember getting on that big ass thing and searching horoscopes. And I searched mine. I'm an Aquarius and he was a Cancer. And I looked up our compatibility and it said like we might work out. But like if they're this, and this, then you probably wouldn't work out. And I called this man on the phone. Now, mind you, I just knew I needed to break up with him in general. But I called this man and I told him, I'm going to read this verbatim. I told him, I doubt if we'd ever really work out because you're a Cancer and I'm an Aquarius. And that's just not compatible. I am in the 6th grade. Just think about that for a moment. I'm in the 6th grade. This man was in love with me. Okay? He didn't even want to break up with me at this point in time. He felt like there was nothing. Mind you, this is for somebody that's doing everything for me. So this came out the blue. And I called this man on the phone and said, yeah, we just not compatible. I seen it in the stars. And the horoscope said we don't belong together. And baby, when I tell you, I asked him, do he remember that? He was like, you damn straight I remember that. I was like, yeah, I'll never forget that. What the hell do you mean? Like, he was really down about it. And I'm over here still getting my shits and giggles off. That is sad. But hey, it is what it is. So when he told me that the apple don't fall far from the tree, honestly, everything that Noah does to me, I believe it. I believe it. I believe I deserve it because, yeah, that's what I be doing to other people. Now, still in middle school, obviously I have like all these menacing middle school stories because my adult life has been really different. But just going down the path of memory lane, because after talking to him, it just made me start thinking about like all the menacing things that I actually did. And it's so crazy that around this time that I'm talking to him about this, I'm talking to this other guy that we'll call him TJ. I was talking to TJ and we're dating at this time, but I didn't meet TJ in Dallas. I met him in Austin in middle school because I'm from Austin, if you didn't know. So I met him in middle school in Austin, and me and TJ are dating like in recent as adults. And I remember we were just talking one day. I think we were at a bar or something like that. I can't remember exactly what we were doing, but I don't even know how we got on this topic. And he was like, man, you really broke my heart when we were kids. So it's really amazing how like we're in this space now. I said, broke your heart? Broke your heart? I was like, I didn't even think did we even talk like that? Like, you was talking to my best friend. Like, what are you talking about? I broke your heart. And he was like, before I started talking to your best friend, I said, let's park right there. Before you started talking to my best friend, that's treacherous. Like, what? But anyway, back on task. So he says, before I started talking to your best friend, do you remember that, like, I had asked you to be my girlfriend? And I was like, I don't. And he was like, I do. And I was like, he was like, because you remember Trey. Okay, so it's TJ and Trey, okay? So TJ says, do you remember that, like, Trey had transferred to our school? And I said, yeah, of course I remember Trey had transferred to our school because Trey's mom did hair and she used to do my hair. And so I knew Trey before I knew TJ because his mom did my hair. And so he was like, yeah, I knew you and Trey had history, but I didn't know that y'all was like talking like that. I was like, yeah, me and Trey talk on and off, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, we're in middle school. He's calling me on my house phone. But so he was like, yeah, I knew you and Trey had history, but like when he had transferred to our school, I didn't know like y'all was trying to be together. And I was like, I didn't really remember like me trying to be with either one of y'all. And then he was like, so you don't remember when we was in a hallway? And it was so crazy because as soon as he said, you don't remember when we was in a hallway, I remembered when we was in that hallway. And it was so crazy because I remember writing in my diary that night. Saying, wow, I have two men fighting over me. Let me tell y'all what happened that day in the hallway. So it really did come back to me right when he said that. So TJ did that earlier that morning. TJ had asked me to be his girlfriend. And I was like, let's put a pin in that. And because I was talking to Trey. And so then Trey asked me, because we had the same lunch. Trey asked me, he was like, you gonna be my girlfriend or what's up? And I was like, this is kind of awkward. Why would y'all both ask me on the same day? Come to find out, TJ told me that him and Trey had a conversation earlier that morning in the locker room because everybody plays sports. I play sports and them two play sports too. And he was like, yeah, me and Trey had talks in the morning and we was like, we both gonna ask you and whoever you go with, whoever you roll with. So, like I said, TJ had asked me that morning. Trey had asked me at lunch. I didn't give either one of them an answer, okay? And so when we was in passing period, now mind you, it's like we're in passing period going to homeroom. So we only got one more stop before the day is over. And or two more stops before the day is over. And I haven't responded to either of these men. Okay? And so they both find me together. They both find me together and corner me in the hallway. I'm with my homegirl. I'm like, turn around. I remember this so bad. Please get us the hell away from here. And I remember they both cornered me and both of them said, now who's it gonna be right now? And they both looked at me and it was so crazy because they were standing right in front of me and I'm looking at them like, this is crazy as hell. So as the Aquarius I am, do you know what the fuck I did? I got the fuck up out of there and went to my homeroom. I went straight to my homeroom class because what the hell are y'all doing right now? I didn't answer. And, you know, I did later on though. I did end up choosing Trey because I didn't answer quick enough for TJ and he got with my best friend. So that was that. But that was just so funny as adults. Like this is we're discussing like middle school terroristic acts at this point. And so then like I said, in recent we had dated and JT was like, yeah, like it was in that moment that you like changed my life. Like I never knew that I would like feel that way about a girl. And you've always just been so different and all blah, 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 blah. He was like, but you are my villain origin story. And I was like, wow. I changed this man's life. And I didn't even mean to. I was just being a kid. I was just a kid. I'm just a girl. But that shit was so funny, okay? And so, like, after the blast from the past, you know, dating TJ, and dating him in recent as adults, I just started dating in general. You know, I told y'all, I don't know if I've told y'all, but I just got out of, well, not just, I'm almost a year post a 3-year situationship, and it was really difficult at first to even just start dating or whatever, but it was hard to even remember like what I was doing before him. And so I remember so it was just hard to remember what I was even doing before him. And we shared our early 20s together. Well, like our mid 20s, I'll say, because my early 20s I had a baby, and then like my mid 20s I was kind of living life. I'm trying to just remember, what life was before this man. And as I'm recalling what life was before this man, I get a text, and it's this guy that I dated literally right before this man. And I guess I'll do a little bit of scene settings. So for this, we'll call my ex of 3 years, we'll call him X. And then we'll call the other man in this story. Okay, so let me be honest. There are 3 men in this story. I'm sorry, that's just who I am. That's who I was, not who I am anymore. Okay, maybe it is, but still. Okay, listen. So we'll call my ex. We'll call the person that this story is about. We'll call him Dallas. And then we'll call this third man that really shouldn't even be in this damn story, but he got to be in here because he was definitely there around this time. We'll call him Austin, and you'll see why. Okay, so I'm gonna set that scene for ya. It's my 24th birthday. I'm lit. Okay, I am lit. And I invited like all of my friends out, right? And would it even, like, if as an Aquarius, I love to make my life interesting. And so I live for moments of interesting. And and so at this point in time, I'm single. And all the dudes that I'm talking to, they asking me what I'm going to do for my birthday. So I tell them what I'm going to do for my birthday. Do I invite them out? Hell yeah, because it's free drinks. And so I don't know who's showing up and who not going to show up. So at this time, I'm seriously talking to this guy that is in Austin, which is why we're calling him Austin. And then I'm talking to my ex. Like, this is when me and my ex first started talking seriously, which is kind of crazy. And so I'm talking to like 2 guys, like trying to weigh them out and see like, who am I going to put my focus on? And then there's Dallas. And I really liked him, and we had been talking for a while, but I think this was like our first time hanging out. Yeah, it was my birthday, I think. Yeah. So it was like we were talking on the phone, but we wasn't really that serious. Anyways, so I invite all of them out. And obviously the guy that's in Austin, he couldn't come. And I was going to Austin the next day. So I was just like, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going down there anyways. And then because I'm from Austin, I just wanted to go home for my 24th birthday. And Dallas, he comes. And I'm excited, like, because I didn't know he was going to show up. So I'm happy to see him. And I'm posting on my story. Obviously, it's my birthday. I'm living life. I'm living it up. And my ex, he didn't tell me he was coming. He told me, this is from his mouth, he told me that he saw me posting on my story, and at that time he had just moved downtown, and he was like, well, you're that close, I might as well pull up. And he pulled up on me. So the 2 guys that I talked to, Dallas and my ex, they're at the same table at the same time. They partying for me, with me, for my birthday. Yeah. So you can imagine how sticky that gets. But at this time, I'm just like, I'm living life, and whoever vibing with me the most at my birthday party is, who I'm gonna kick it with. Like, they gonna get some extended time. Like, the flavor of love. Like, yeah, you want an extra little date with me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of this birthday, I'm not gonna do nothing, because tomorrow I'm going home to the person that I'm really supposed to be talking to. But, right now we in for a good time, not a long time. And so I was like, my homegirl, she had bought me because everybody knew I was gonna get shit faced. And shout out to my homegirl, Nicole. She was the person that picked me up from my house and took me to where I had my birthday at downtown. And so I whispered over in her ear, or I don't know if it was whispering or not, child, but I whispered, I was like, he gonna take me home. And ding ding ding, the winner was Dallas. And so I ain't in Dallas' car. Okay. And Dallas had his own little situation going on too. So that's why so mind you, that's why I didn't really feel bad about me having a situation, because I was honest with everybody. I feel like I'm like, I got my own little situation, you got your own little situation, so it is what it is. We all in a goddamn situation. So situations. And so I asked him to take me home, and I get in the car, and I'm like, we have been talking that whole week and stuff like that. So I'm like, you still got your little situation going on? And he like, yeah. And so I, being the villain that I am, I was like, let me get the ox. And he was like, okay. So I grabbed the ox, and I play Better Than Me by Doja Cat. So if you don't know the lyrics, this is what the lyrics. So if you don't know the lyrics, here's what the lyrics say. Better than me, better than me. All of them bitches ain't better than me. I know you wanted something else at your feet. You gon' figure out you lost one, and that's me. So I'm talking shit. I'm drunk, but I am talking my shit, okay? And this man says, now mind you, I remember that I was talking my big one, but I didn't remember like what I was saying to him. So I'm singing this song to him like, she ain't better than me, blah blah blah, like, yeah, gone, whatever, like, it's me. You should be on my body, telling him all of this. Why did this man tell me? Because now we're in present day and we're talking, and he tells me that I told him, keep talking to her so you can see who is the clear winner. I said this out of my mouth. And you know what? I don't put anything like that past me. But I told this man to talk to that motherfucking woman, because you gonna see clear. The more you talk to her, you gonna see clear. That is me. It's all in me. And honestly, why would you say that? But I mean, shit, I believe in myself, and that was funny to me. Oh my God. So like, when I'm hearing these stories about myself, I'll be honest with you guys, like, I never once thought like, no, I did not say no shit like that, you making that up. I definitely said, yeah, that shit I probably did say, because I'm like, what I be thinking ain't wrong really be kind of like, why would you say that? So when I heard it, I was like, I believe it. And if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. And like, I'm not that person. Well, I'm not that bad anymore. I'm not gonna say like I'm disconnected from that person, because me and her definitely, but hey, I be trying. And honestly, if I could go back, I don't think I would do anything different, because like, everybody got their own path, and if I'm the villain in somebody's story, I have to accept that, because I shot it straight. Like, somebody's ringing on the doorbell. That is crazy. But I'll be honest with you guys, like, I don't think I'd do anything different, just because I've always been honest. I've always been an honest person. Even like back in middle school, like, I just kind of knew who I was, like, and I've been true to myself for years at this point. Like, I'm a realist. I deal with in reality. I deal with like what's in front of me, and that's who I was. That's who I am. And I softened up a lot, because empathy is at play. But honestly, I don't think I would change anything. I said what I said. And honestly, I learned a lot about myself by listening to these men and their stories about me. Like, I learned that, you know, back then I didn't take much. Obviously, back then I didn't take too much, and I want to go back and be some of that, because, you know, after going through 3 years of a situationship, that is something that I never want to experience again. And obviously, I was just standing on business with everybody in my past. And so I want to stand on business like that. Don't fucking play in my face. Are you shitting me right now? So, honestly, I just learned that somewhere along the lines, I stopped standing on business. Now, am I a villain? Did I learn that I'm a villain? I mean, kind of villainous, not gonna lie. Like, maybe I am the drama, but I don't know. At least I do it with a smile. I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think. Was I really the villain? Was I really the villain? Because I could have been the villain. But I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. But now we're to the wind down. So y'all check this out. Stella Rosa's Moscato d'Asti keeps you on your A game. This semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine is the perfect choice for a girl's night and a guy's night, date nights, daytime activities, and you time. Its flavor profile is made up of peach, apricot, and honey. This Moscato d'Asti pairs well with fresh fruit, salted nuts, fondue, chicken Alfredo pizza, and cheesecake. An award-winning wine at an affordable price. You can purchase this at your neighborhood Walmart for around $11. Thank you for watching. This was the Wind Down, and back to the show. All right, everybody, and now we're to let that shit go. And let that shit go is the part of the show where we let go of something that no longer serves us. I would love it, so love it, if you're on YouTube right now, if you wrote in the comments something that you're going to let go of today. But today I want to share with you just a little something that I found. Okay, so this says signs a woman is growing and healing. And it says that settling is no longer an option. You prioritize rest over capitalism. You date or marry partners who treat you adequately. You have high standards. You are mindful about the food you put into your body. You mind your business. You listen to your intuition. You are open to evolving and changing. You are able to have uncomfortable conversations. You are making better decisions than you did in the past. You've gotten rid of fake friends and fake associates, and you prefer peace. And honestly, I feel like that's a path to growth, and that if you're on your healing journey, because it doesn't matter what part of the healing journey you're on, you could definitely use those tips. I am hoping and praying that you just let that shit go. Okay? And so, you know, if you let that shit go, you have to drink to that. And I'll drink to that as a part of the show where we raise our glasses to being the most audacious women the planet has seen. As you reflect on what you're raising your glass to, I'll share something that I'd like to celebrate. I like to celebrate right now that I am in a space of loving myself. And loving myself to the point that I don't really care what other people do or what they're doing or what they've done. Like, what you do is what you do. My birthday is coming up, and a lot of times I would just sit back and let others plan for me, but I am being very, very attentive. Like, I control what's going on over here, and I'm going to do the things for me that I would look for in somebody else. And that's what it is. Like, I think that's what life is about. So I'm celebrating that I am really showing up for me in all the ways that I would expect somebody else to, because I feel like if I do that, honestly, it sets the bar higher. Like, this is what I do for me on a daily. Nigga, what you gonna do? So for give me a motherfucking headache. Okay? So, cheers to that. I am so happy to be on this journey. And of course, I'm happy to be on this journey with you are. So, I am wishing you more celebratory moments, peace, and prosperity. Again, my name is Savon, 2 SEVON on all social media platforms. Cheers to womanhood, motherhood, and every hood in between. And until next time, I'll grab the wine.